Our daughters will adore us, and they'll sing in grateful chorus. Well done, well done, well done, Sister Suffragette.
Jenny Friedis hit a home run with her first screenplay, Iron-Jawed Angels. Since then, she has tackled a few new projects, but her time primarily has been absorbed by the birth and parenting of her 5 sons and 1 daughter. And while her screenwriting success is not her life focus right now, Jenny remains devoted to the story of Alice Paul and the suffragettes who earned women the right to vote, and to returning to a time and place where she is once again a writer.
Where are you in your career at this point?
Hiatus, I would say. I have 1 more year of a midday pickup with my last child, my 5-year-old. 6 kids, as it turns out, is a lot. So I am finding myself delving deep into that right now. And I've given myself the pass. Next year he'll be in school full days, and I have no excuse anymore. And I need to get to work, and I would like to.
Do you feel like you've taken things as excuses? Do you feel like you haven't given enough to it?
To writing?
Yeah.
Yes. Because writers write. Writers can write. At any time. Scott Turow, he writes on the train. I don't know how. I can't even imagine that. It's totally inconceivable to me. But a writer writes. Mm-hmm. And you are not a writer if you don't write. So I am embarrassed that now I still tell people I'm a screenwriter, but it's starting to feel more and more disingenuous as time goes by, and I need to get back to it because I want to be a writer, and I want to be genuinely being able to say I'm a writer. So I need to get back to writing.
Is it possible that screenwriting will not be your medium?
Yeah, I'd like to toy with prose. I would like to write a novel. I would. I don't know if I'm a storyteller that way. I read a lot, and sometimes I think and I look at the structure of novels that I admire, and I don't know if I have it in me or not.
Yeah. Do you watch Iron-Jawed Angels?
Do I watch it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in years. I haven't seen it.
Purposefully, or just not interested in watching it again?
I'll see it again because actually my kids haven't seen it.
Your kids haven't? Well, it's a little rough, but your older kids are in college. They should be of an age, right?
Yeah. My oldest 2 or 3.
Boys or girls? I
have 5 boys, 1 girl. My girl is 6. I had 4 boys first, and then a girl, and then another boy.
Do they know that this happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they ask to see
The little ones know. The little ones know.
Right.
Not at all.
But the older kids, do they ever say, Mom, I want to watch this movie?
Yeah, yes. My 10-year-old now has asked me, and I said we'll do it. So I think we will watch it pretty soon because he's asked. So I have also seen snippets of it. People have asked me to speak about it. I've talked about it in schools. Every now and then someone finds me and they're like, hey, would you talk to my school? I'm happy to. I'd love to. To me, this is a story of activism as much as voting. Understanding that your voice and what you want, you need to speak it, you need to go out there, be out there in order to be heard. You are going to have to be forceful. You are going to have to be bold. Change happens when voices collectively come forward. The challenge that, say, the women had in the 19-teens, right? How do you, as a disenfranchised class, get the franchised class to stand up for you when they have no real interest in doing it? They don't need to. They don't want to.
So how did they do it then? How do we follow that pattern, and can we?
Right. Well, like with a lot of civil rights movements, you need people who are very noisy on probably an extreme side to try to move forward an agenda that probably ends up being more in the middle.
Like Alice.
Like Alice.
Because I'm sure in the day, now when we look at her, we think, oh yeah, we're going to go out and do this. But in the day, it was outrageous.
Right.
And that's why they were arrested.
Voting is extremely important. I'm in Illinois, right? So how many people here feel like their vote doesn't matter? They're Republicans, all of them, for the most part.
Because it's a Democratic state.
It's a Democratic state. We have a Republican governor, so votes matter. Really matter. And you do not know. Vote really, really matters.
If there was one thing you had to say to someone who has discovered a story, like you did, and thinks, no one knows the story, it needs to be told, what's the best piece of advice you could give them?
Call me. Sorry.
Partners!
Yeah. If they would like to write it themselves. There's a basic formula. You can figure out what that basic formula is by reading about how scripts are written, watch movies, make notes about how that formula has played out, what works, what you like. But ultimately, you have to sit your butt in the chair and you have to write it. I mean, that's my biggest advice. If you want to write the story, carve out the time to sit in front of your computer and write the thing. Butt in the chair. It is probably the thing that I've done the least in the last few years that I need to get back to.
But again, 6 children. We're giving you the pass.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.